Hello and welcome to the Swing Bunt Podcast. Today we have myself, James, Wes, our guest host, Toby. Just kidding. Welcome back, Toby. It's been a while. And we also do have our first time guest host, maybe more regular host. We'll see. Mac Allen, estranged brother to Mitchell Allen. So we think he's the better version. At least I do. But I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah. All right. Today we got a very probably big show. I don't know if it's gonna be a long show, but we're covering a lot of topics. So stay tuned. And this is the Swing Bunt Podcast. Be sure to enjoy the show. Okay, guys. So it's been 2 weeks since our last show. We had to take a week off last week with things going on. I don't even remember what was going on. Why did we have to take a break last week?
Your stupid Star Wars podcast.
Well, and I had a baseball game that went.
That didn't even happen.
Last Tuesday night? Yeah, we did.
Oh, I wasn't there.
You weren't there, but we did it. But we did do it. Anyways, so it's been 2 weeks, and we are 2 weeks removed now from the NFL draft. So I feel that's something we can just start with today. I know a lot of people have covered it, of course, but let's just do a little 5-minute segment, maybe 10 minutes on what we think about the NFL draft, things that stood out to us before we do our winners and losers. Just what's one thing that really stood out to you or surprised you about this draft, or something that you just want to bring up in conversation? Shall I start?
Go for it.
Okay. So one thing I've noticed was how many offensive players went early. I don't think it was a shock, but we have not seen that in a long time. And we're talking about one defensive player in the top 14.
No, I think it was two.
Oh no, because the corner went.
Three.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two corners and a linebacker.
Surtain,
right?
Parsons. Yep.
So, but it's still a ton of offensive players and 3 quarterbacks in the first 3. And then we had Fields go 12 and then Mac Jones 11. Go 15 or 11 and then Jones go 15. So, I mean, it was a pretty crazy draft, honestly, as far as offensive weapons going. And I don't think we've seen something like that in a long time.
Yeah, just kind of echo off that. The quarterbacks, everyone was surprised with Trey Lance, and I'm sure Mac will chime in on that. So I'll leave that one to him. But the thing that surprised me, I think we were all unanimous on the Bengals going for a Penei Sewell and him.
We wanted them to, but we thought they would probably take Chase.
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure that they picked up any starting caliber linemen there. They might have.
They got one in the second round. They got a good one. Mm-hmm. He'll start.
Okay. Well, we'll see. So, since Sewell we thought was the top. Everyone thought was the top lineman in the draft. And him falling to the Lions was a good pickup, I thought, for them. So.
Yeah, I think that the Lions had a pretty solid draft. They filled a lot of areas, so I thought that was a good thing for them. They had to.
I really liked that the Ravens picked up Rashad Bateman. I've always thought that Lamar Jackson is a better thrower than a lot of people give him credit for. And I know for fantasy, it's probably not a great thing, but I think for actual football, I think Rashad Bateman is exactly what Lamar Jackson needed. A possession style receiver that can do a little bit of everything and isn't just a deep threat and is big enough to get physical at the catch point. And it gives him another
passes.
Yeah, and it gives him another target when stuff breaks down that I think will be a little more reliable. So he'll at least have someone other than Mark Andrews to go to, because obviously a big part of Lamar Jackson's game is extending the play, getting outside the pocket. I think Rashad Bateman's going to give him a really great target to go along with Mark Andrews. And I think it honestly might open up some more things for Marquise Brown to do. So I think it was a really good move for the Ravens offense.
Great for the Ravens, not great for Bateman. But I do think that was a good pick for them. It's something I think that they had to address was their lack of being able to pass. But I still do think they'll be a primary heavy run team. So I don't think that if you're a big Rashad Bateman fantasy believer, I don't think that you're going to get the career you want out of him if he's there for a long time. But we'll see. What else? Who else has something to share about that?
I got you.
Yeah.
So one thing that stood out to me is actually the Broncos. I actually love that they picked Surtain or JC. They went Surtain, right? Or
Yes,
they go Horn. Okay.
They went Surtain.
And they already have, I think, a top 10 defense in the league, and they only got better. And I honestly think that they did that because they do think they're getting Aaron Rodgers. And I've heard recently that there's a 2% chance that he stays with the Packers. And that's kind of a random number.
Yeah.
And everyone says he's going to Denver. So I think the fact they built up their defense, and if they get Aaron Rodgers, I think that was the best draft they could have did. I thought it was really cool.
I think the odds that he plays for the Packers ever again is very low. Just knowing Rodgers, I just don't see it really happening.
If he doesn't get traded though, and the Broncos stick with that, they have legitimately 4 top 2 level corners that they can throw out. And it's crazy how good their defense is going to be.
It'll really suck if they don't get a starting caliber quarterback because the rest of their team is really good.
Yeah.
Remember how high everyone was on Drew Lock last season, and everyone just like, he's done. Get him out.
Well, I mean, with the weapons he had last year, he had no excuse to fail.
But
He did.
there was so many injuries on the offensive line. There were so many injuries on the defense. They didn't have a defense last year because literally 4 of their main people were hurt. Von Miller was hurt. Bradley Chubb was hurt. I mean, there were so many people that
Still
were hurt.
had receivers to throw to and good running backs. Like you should.
But if you don't have time to throw, then there's nothing you can do.
I would like to look up how much his average time was to throw. I'm sure it was not as much as some other people. I'd be interested what that stat is. If someone wants to get on that, sure. Mac, how'd you feel about Trey Lance? I know you were more of a Mac Jones kind of guy, weren't you?
Yeah,
Is it just because his name was Mac?
No.
Okay.
One of my friends here is a huge Alabama fan, so I didn't even know about Mac Jones until he started talking to me. So I watched game film on all 3 of our prospects, and I just felt like Mac Jones was such a pure thrower. And after seeing our disaster in the Super Bowl, I felt like that's what we should have gone for instead of getting away from the athletic.
You know which one of these quarterbacks is most like Jimmy Garoppolo is probably Mac Jones.
You think?
Out of those 4, just the
100%.
style of play. Just the style of play, the sit in a pocket, read a defense.
Okay, so that stat's very iffy because you said out of those
subjective.
The other 3 are completely different than him.
That's what I'm saying.
But but I don't think he's like Jimmy Garoppolo. I just think he's the most like Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's just why I said out of those 4.
Well,
I'm not saying he's the clone of Jimmy G. I think he'll have a better career than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Is Mac Jones game changing? Probably not. I think Trey Lance can be. That's why you drafted him number 3.
I don't know.
overall.
Could be.
I just feel like you don't have to be a running quarterback to be game changing.
I think you just got to be accurate with that offense that he has there, that he would have had there if he went there.
Yeah. I think that if Mac Jones was playing for the 49ers, I think he would have succeeded tremendously because you have the weapons to throw to. You make the decisions, find the open guy. There's going to be one of them open almost in every play. And you hit him. I think he's a game-changing quarterback. Not a lot of quarterbacks can hit a guy in the hands consistently. I mean, even pro-level guys. I think that can be a game-changing quarterback if you can do that consistently.
Just think about this real quick. There's 3 teams that run the same kind of offense, right? The Rams, the Packers, the 49ers, right? Only one of those teams has a quarterback that was exceptional outside the pocket. Which one of those teams has been in the NFC Championship back-to-back years?
The
one with the quarterback that can move. I understand. You have a guy like Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What if his ceiling is Jared Goff or Jimmy Garoppolo?
I don't really define Aaron Rodgers as a running quarterback. I don't think that's the difference.
One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
No. I'm saying he excels outside the pocket.
Sure.
I'm saying if you get a guy like Trey Lance and he can be exceptional outside the pocket, you're right, Jake. Their offense is pretty set up for people to stay inside the pocket, but you get a guy that adds element outside the pocket.
Oh yeah,
and it makes their offense better.
You're definitely more of, and that's probably why they went with Lance, is because he is a more dynamic player. He doesn't have some limitations that Mac Jones does. But like what Mac is saying, when you talk about Michael McCorkle-Jones, then you're talking about a guy who is an insanely accurate passer. I mean, he set the record for the highest completion percentage in FBS history. So, I mean, I think there's no knock on that. It's just 2 different styles. I don't know that necessarily one style is greater than the other. I do think one has more longevity, and is more sustainable. I think one career has a much higher chance of lasting 15 plus years than the other. But I don't think either pick was a wrong pick. I was glad. I mean, I wanted Justin Fields for the Patriots, but I was not upset by any means that when we got Mac Jones. I think that he'll be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you think he starts?
Not unless Newton gets injured or just sucks it up.
I don't think Trey Lance starts either.
I think Lance probably start at least halfway into the season.
Yeah.
I think the same with Mac Jones, to be honest, because I'm not a believer in Cam.
Yeah. It's theirs to lose.
What do we think is like the biggest issue going to be with Trey Lance? Because I think the reason that I think teams are in love with Trey Lance is the fact that he threw 0 interceptions that one season. Obviously, he had lesser competition. But if his decision making is good, I don't know that I see a negative with him.
Yeah, I mean, all it comes down to for me is just with Trey Lance is, like you said, a boost in competition. You're playing against good athletes in college football, but the teams just playing weren't necessarily top tier NFL caliber guys. Now you're playing against a D lines that are going to be getting to you a lot quicker. I mean, this is true of every college quarterback. But just got to see, is he going to make that transition well? And I don't think he's going to be a bust, but I do think of the 4, he's got probably the highest chance to be a bust.
I mean, we look at Carson Wentz coming from the same system. Carson Wentz was also dominated, and he started out phenomenal. Now you can argue that injuries have hampered his career, but we just don't know. You know, Trey Lance played 1 game last season, and he threw 150 yards, threw an interception against Central Arkansas. So we just don't know.
Yeah, I'm by no means picking him to be a bust or anything. I think that he was a good pick. I don't think that Mac Jones is necessarily the right pick. I just think that there are legitimately 5 really good quarterbacks in this draft, and I think that the 5 teams that got them got good QBs.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
but one of them is probably going to be a bust.
1 or 2 of them. I mean, more than likely, 2 of them probably will be. It's just
I know who Wes thinks is going to be a bust. He already told me this earlier.
Oh yeah, who do you think, Wes?
Sorry, Jets. Mac Wilson or Zach Wilson.
Just because he went to the Jets, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's got some Trubisky in his game.
Think so?
He rose really fast, really late.
He did. That pro day shot him up through the roof.
Yeah. I think he has potential to be the best, honestly.
I think he can, definitely.
He does remind me of Baker a little bit, but a more accurate Baker.
Maybe a less cocky Baker.
I hope so.
Those moments.
How'd you feel about some of those move up, the Eagles and the Bears moving up in the draft?
I thought it was crazy that the Cowboys traded with the Eagles to get one of the Giants.
Yeah,
so that's pretty funny.
They just don't even care in that division anymore. You're also bad.
The Eagles moving up to 10 was one of the best picks in the draft.
I thought the Bears moving up to get Fields was the best move in the draft.
Yeah, both of them. I love both the moves. I wish the Patriots would have team move up, but I think they're both great.
I really think Washington would have traded up for Fields if he would have fallen to 13, but there was no way that the rest of the NFC East was picking 10, 11, 12. There's no way they'd let them move up for a quarterback.
No. Man, if Washington would have, I mean, I honestly think Washington could make a deep playoff run. This might be the first time Fitzpatrick gets a playoff win in his career. And his long and amazing, glorious career. But I think that Fitzpatrick is going to cook in Washington this year. I think it should be a lot of fun for you.
See, this is where I want to get Toby's opinion because, like, Fitzpatrick has always starts off super strong, just like he did last year. Started off super strong, and then he falls off. So, Toby, do you really think that he can keep it going for a full season?
He's never had a good team either. No,
I don't think there's gonna. I think it's gonna be interesting to watch. I think it's gonna be the most exciting year of football I've watched since 2012, RG3's rookie year. But no, I don't think he can be consistent. That's the reason he's such a journeyman. I think he's going to have flashes where he's awesome. I really think at some point there's going to be a game, and it might just be for that game where he's going to suck for a half and Heineke's going to come in. I honestly think that it's just going to be a roller coaster. And I think a lot of people are hyping Washington a little too much, to be honest. I could see them right around 500 once again, which might be good enough to win the NFC East. Who knows? But
exactly.
I think they will be well over 500.
I think.
Yeah. Why are you so down on them?
You have to yell in the mic. No, not you, Matt. I was talking to James. I think that them and the Cowboys both will be, mostly just because Dak is back for the Cowboys. Dak is back.
Mm-hmm. Dak is back.
That'll help them out quite a bit. And I also think that Washington, if they go around 500, that is some kind. You'd have to be 100% on Fitzpatrick because it's not their defense's fault, and it's not the fault of offensive weapons. I mean, McLaurin, Gibson, McKinnon, Samuel, and Thomas. I mean, they
have a good coach too.
Yeah, and you have a good coach with good old Riverboat Ron.
Riverboat.
So I feel like they have no excuse to be a 500 team. No excuse.
No, well, I mean, I 100% agree.
I mean, we've seen the same thing with the Bears last year, though. They didn't have they had a serviceable quarterback in Trubisky could get them to the playoffs, just like Fitzpatrick.
No,
But-
Fitzpatrick greater than Trubisky.
Is he though?
Yes.
Is
I
he?
don't. I'm gonna disagree on that.
I'm going to 100% agree.
Thank you, James.
I
This is
never
the
agree
time
with
James
Jake.
is actually correct about something.
Maybe we'll poll it. Who's better, Trubisky or
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick?
Sure, let's do it. We'll get Mac to vote. Okay. So let's everyone take a winner and a loser of the draft. My winner is the Chargers. I felt like they had probably the best draft in the league. They needed to shore up their offensive line, and they did absolutely that. They protected their franchise quarterback now, who only issue he had last year was getting sacked. So now he's ready to go. So my winner for this draft is the Chargers. Honorable mention to the Browns. I love the Browns draft as well.
I'll go next because my winner of the draft is the Cleveland Browns.
Sorry.
It's okay. They went defense, and they got a steal in the second round. I felt like, and that offense is so explosive, and they just improved their defense. I could see them winning that division.
Yeah, I think that they have the best team for sure. Again, only thing that could possibly hold them back would be Baker, and I think that he has shown in the last couple of years. Is he a Hall of Fame QB? No, but is he a serviceable starting NFL quarterback? 100% yes. So I
All
like
right,
that.
I'll go so nobody takes mine because I don't have very many. My winner would be Sam Darnold. I think Carolina was kind of already all in on him, but they had the chance to take one of those top 4 or 5 QBs, and they didn't. So I think they're expecting that from Sam, and
I like it.
he
Man,
comes out as a winner.
What a great situation for Sam Darnold. You're with Adam Gase and the Jets, and you're hating life. You're playing Bill Belichick twice a year and just getting absolutely roasted. And the NFL thinks you suck. Then a team commits to you, and you get to go play with Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, and a good bad defense, but still
Debatable.
They're bad. But
It's
still,
good for him.
Yeah, a much better situation, a chance to restart his career. So yeah, I love that. Yeah,
I'll hop in with my winner since he said Sam Darnold. I'll go with the opposite. I think the winner is Zach Wilson. You get a team that doesn't have much QB competition, so you walk in and you're going to start right away. You come in with a first-round receiver drafted last year in Denzel Mims. They draft an offensive lineman, so you have Mekhi Becton on the left side and Elijah Vera-Tucker. Then in the second round this year, they draft Elijah Moore. In the fourth round, they draft Michael Carter. They're all in on Zach Wilson and the offense. They didn't really spend as much capital on their defense. And I understand the talent's not incredible yet, but they're all in on Zach Wilson.
nice.
And so that's why I pick him as a winner, because they're all in on him. And he gets a great situation.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. All right, Wes.
Great. I got two quick ones. Now the Raiders kind of saved it because their second round pick, they picked a first round safety, but their first round pick was questionable to me. So I got a loser as the Oakland Raiders, number 1. I don't understand Alex Leatherwood. I mean, watching
thanks.
the draft.
We were starting with winners, but it's all right. Whatever.
The snake.
All right.
Winners
just
only.
kidding.
Okay, winners only. Well, I mean, we already said it, but the Broncos, I thought they were big winners at that draft. They had a really strong draft, beating Surtain at 9. Jumping in front of the Cowboys. I thought that was a big win for them, and they had a strong draft just the rest of the night.
I have Broncos under losers.
Why is
Do you
that?
think? I think they should have taken a QB.
So
But
you're
if-
not
if
buying
they-
into this Aaron Rodgers hype.
Well, I think that it should have happened. Like I thought they would have traded that pick and gotten Rodgers with that pick. And
It's just if the Packers aren't pulling the trigger, they can't make the Packers do the trade. I'm sure they probably sent it.
So I thought they had an opportunity to get a QB and they passed it up.
Yeah,
So
if I were the
this Rodgers
Broncos,
thing doesn't work out, then
if I were the Broncos, I probably would have done the same thing and said, look, I'd love to get Rodgers, but the likelihood of that happening are low. And I think if you draft the quarterback, it actually helps your chances of getting Rodgers, in my opinion, because now you have some, hey, I know you don't want to lose Rodgers, but hey, here, you can have Justin Fields.
Do they want
Or-
Justin Fields over Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Or if the Broncos suck this year, and they say, "Hey, Rodgers sat out last season. We have a top pick. You want Rodgers over there?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's his contract in this year. After this year,
Rodgers has 2 years on his contract left, I believe.
let's look.
I think so. I'm not Pat. Don't quote me. Actually, never quote anything I say. It's usually just trying to reach back in the recesses of my brain and go with that. All right, my loser would. It's funny because I mentioned at the top of the show. My loser is James Robinson. Poor guy. I mean,
Bless him.
honestly, poor guy is an undrafted free agent last year. No one knew anything about him. I mean, when everyone looked at the Jags, they said, man, they're going to suck. They've got nobody. They got a bad QB, one good receiver, no running back, no tight end, no defense. And yes, they're right. They did indeed suck. They were the last team in the league. But James Robinson put that team on his back and had one of the best seasons we've seen from a running back in a really long time. Well, he had a really good season. I'll put it that way. So then you get that, and he's getting paid practically nothing. He's not costing the team anything. And Urban Meyer's like, we're going to draft a running back early in the second round and replace you with Travis Etienne. Like,
First round.
or yeah, first round. Thank you. And I just feel like, man, poor guy. You're going to get replaced that easy. I mean, I'm sure he'll play still. But he's already getting rubbed out of the team after one great season. So my loser's James Robinson. And myself on my dynasty team because I traded for him at the end of last season. So that hurts.
I have two losers, and they're basically in the same situation. It's a similar situation what Jake said. A guy gets drafted into a situation and kind of ruins their role, and that's Leighton Vander Esch and then also Hayden Hurst. Both of them were up for their fifth-year option. Both got declined, and both have a Micah Parsons go top 10? No, he went 12, right?
12. Yeah.
Either way, both have a top 15 pick coming in that's taking their spot more than likely. And so they're probably going to be hitting the free agent pool, which might actually turn out well for them. But either way, Hayden Hurst especially, you just got Kyle Pitts come in and take your job right away.
Which stinks because, I mean, he was doing okay. I mean, he wasn't obviously
setting the world on fire.
Yeah, but he was serviceable. And like he was working well with Matt Ryan, and then
I mean, I feel like with their running back situation, I feel like there's a good chance that Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, and Kyle Pitts are all on the field at the same time often. So I mean, I think he could still be a serviceable player and play the game still. He'll be blocking a lot, but still.
Maybe.
So what? I've been hearing a lot of rumors about this old Calvin Ridley getting traded here soon, James.
Calvin Ridley. You
mean
Julio
Calvin
Jones?
Ridley.
Julio?
I apologize, Julio Jones.
I don't know what to believe because I hear people say that there's no way in the world, and I keep hearing people that they're talking. I mean, you got to talk, obviously, but
yeah.
I sure hope they don't. At least I might cry.
I would not be surprised. Like, I feel like you probably would cry if Julio Jones got traded.
There's no doubt in my mind I would cry.
I hear there's a 2% chance.
Yeah,
2%.
I'll take those odds.
Okay. Losers. Who else has losers left? I would have gone with the Raiders, but I know that Wes is going to. So
yeah, I was gonna go potentially Raiders. Potentially
that Leatherwood pick was rough.
I was gonna go with one, but I'm just gonna do the team instead of the person. I'm gonna go with the Packers. Yet again, they go defense first. At least they didn't trade it for a quarterback, and they finally got a receiver in the third round when they could have got a better receiver. I feel like in the first round, maybe even the second round. And just the whole situation, the whole team is just an absolute disaster.
It is. They're starting to look like the Browns.
And they got A. Rodgers as their receiver.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Amari Rodgers.
There will be a Rodgers.
There will always be an A. Rodgers in this team.
And I just feel like both sides are just not going to come to agreement.
No,
And I feel
I
like
don't
the
think
draft made it worse. And I feel like that's why they're the biggest losers. I mean, they didn't have a horrible draft. They got a decent cornerback. They got a center, which is what they needed. But just they could have did so much better again 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
Well, then
it's tough when you see obvious holes to fix and you just don't do it, which is like another honorable mention loser for me, the Patriots. 2 years in a row after whiffing on N'Keal Harry, not getting receivers. Like, look at the Patriots receivers. Go look. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, I know they signed a couple guys, but like not good guys. I mean,
Tight ends.
Aguilar,
Tight ends.
Yeah, tight ends.
Nelson Aguilar.
Who's the other guy?
Kendrick Bourne, baby.
Bourne, yeah. Like, why would in this class? I mean, I know that we need to get a quarterback at 15. I'm cool with that. But I would have loved to have traded away a first and a second to like move up and get one of those receivers. But whatever. It is what it is. I feel like that's a loss though. Mac, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say that like all these other like Green Bay stars are like, well, like when their contracts are coming up in the next year or two, they're like, well, we'll see. Like,
Yeah,
Rodgers
did you
not
see?
here? Maybe I won't stay.
Did you see Devontae Adams on the Colin Cowherd show yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, it was kind of rough to get this news because, I haven't talked to Aaron really since the season too much, and to find out that, what he had said earlier about not knowing if he's going to play, that it looks like he's probably not going to play. I mean, he's been my quarterback my whole career. Does that weigh into whether I'll stay with the Packers? Yeah, it sure does. I mean, he's been my quarterback my whole life or my whole career. Do I want to really stay with a team and rebuild?
See, I think
I kind of put some words into his mouth, but that's what he was saying. You know what I mean?
I think what's going to really bite him. I personally think Rodgers will stay at Green Bay. That's not the consensus, but if they happen to have to get rid of him, they just signed Aaron Jones. And what's the point in paying a running back $12 million a year if you're not trying to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
because no one's going to trade for that contract.
And maybe that's why they signed Aaron Jones, to try to say, hey, look, we're keeping you a great stud running back that can help you out. I feel like maybe that's one of the things they were doing in the offseason to say, look, Aaron, we're trying to build a good team around you. Because if they let him go and now they have just a rookie guy come in, I think that makes Rodgers even more pissed. But I don't know.
Yeah. AJ Dillon's a beast.
He is a beast, but I don't know that he's Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Jones, I mean. All right. Any other losers out there? I know that Wes, you feel like the Raiders are losers. I agree.
I got one more. I thought the Houston Texans were losers. We came in with hardly any picks at all, thanks to Bill O'B.
And losers for the next decade, Wes.
They were losers before the draft even started. But then, and they're wondering, oh, we're going to keep Watson? Are we not going to keep Watson? It's like, oh, well, we're not going to trade him now. And then first pick in the third round, first pick in the whole draft, they go with Davis Mills. And it's just like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking they're going to get out of that, but
they signed Tyrod Taylor for $12 million worth of incentives, and then they go and draft Davis Mills like that, and then they went and got Nico Collins, which I don't know about him. I'm guessing that's okay. And
yeah, he's a good pick.
And then we've only drafted a tight end like 5 years in a row, and they drafted another tight end. So who knows what they're doing over there.
They're new to the league. They haven't been in the league very long.
Are you a fan of both Texas teams?
Cowboys, really? And the Texans I like to laugh at.
Because you kept saying we, so I was wondering.
So usually you can assume
that they're the closest ones to me.
They're the home team.
Got it.
All right, so let's go ahead and move into some baseball talk. My favorite part of the show, and probably Toby's too. Maybe James sometimes. I don't know. But let's do our bi-weekly power rankings. Talk about some baseball power rankings. I'm pretty sure we probably have a new number one overall. I don't feel like pulling up the random generator, so we'll just go. Mac, are you comfortable enough to throw some power rankings in?
I actually am really excited for this.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay,
we're going at 10,
Mac,
right?
We're starting at 1.
Starting at 1.
All
right.
We'll go Mac, West, Toby, James, and myself. So we each get 2 picks, and then we'll just go ahead. Who do you got? Number one overall team so far, right now. Who would you think is the best team in baseball?
Okay, so I went with the Oakland A's.
Yeah, that's what I would have said too.
Really?
That's what I would have said.
So the way I did this, I don't actually watch a lot of baseball. I loosely follow the Giants, which are really fun this season. But I just went with like a purely analytical standpoint. So I made a whole spreadsheet.
Oh, boy.
And so
more work than I've ever done for the show in 2 years.
So I based off of 3 categories. So win percentage for the last 10 games, and then their strength of schedule. So their win percentage is weighted at 0.65. Their strength of schedule is weighted at, pull it up quick. I can get my mouse over here.
This is impressive.
So win percentage is 0.65. Strength of schedule is 0.25, and then your last 10 games is 0.1. So all that adds up to a total
last
of 1.
10 is really important for power rankings.
Yeah. So you think more than 0.1?
No, I mean, I probably would have done 0.2.
Okay.
Maybe just because I feel like it's talking about right now who's
that's what I think too. And so that kind of helps some teams actually squeeze in. So after doing all that, I kind of adjusted a little bit. I came up with the Oakland A's.
Yeah, I like it because I thought who's playing the best baseball right now, and I went with the A's. It was hard not to go to the people. I think that the Red Sox have a good hat in there. I think that you could say Cardinals or Giants.
Don't say anything. You're talking too much.
There's a lot of good teams that could be in here. What are your guys' arguments for who you want?
All right. Let me go before you ruin everything. All right.
What do you mean? Everyone knows who the top 4 teams are in baseball, James.
Yeah, but I'm going to give my arguments to why I don't think it's the stupid Oakland A's.
Okay, why?
All right.
Tell me why.
I like where this is headed.
First off,
first team, and we're already screaming at each other.
I don't know if Wes is going to agree with me on this, but I think the best team in baseball right now has the best young pitcher in baseball right now, and they have one of the best offenses in baseball. They have one of the best defensive teams and position players in baseball. Now, I think the St. Louis Cardinals are the best team in baseball right now.
They're great. They're
Let me finish.
No, I'm going to mute you. Let's see here.
All right. Anyway.
All right, go ahead, James.
Anywho, so the reason why I have them ahead of Oakland, which I'm okay with putting Oakland second because we know Oakland's a good team. However, Oakland's run differential right now is -10. They are losing. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. So based off the hottest team in baseball, they're not the hottest team in baseball. No. In fact, the Cardinals are. They're 8-2 in the last 10. So that is why I had to put the Cardinals ahead of Oakland. And you can argue with it, like you said, the top 4 teams, but I think St. Louis is number 1 with Jack Flaherty playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And Oakland number 2.
I mean, I'm not like, no, you're crazy. That's a terrible take. I think both teams could easily be up there. And
so you know how much it pains me to have the Athletics 1 and potentially the Cardinals 2, considering the Cardinals destroyed the Astros for about 30 years of my life.
And aren't they the ones that got in trouble for like stealing your? What did they do with the Astros?
Yeah, they were sign stealing our draft picks.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
So for my math, what launched the A's to 1 was their strength of schedule is 7th hardest. So
7th or second?
7th.
What was the Cardinals?
What was the Cardinals?
Cardinals 27th.
Ooh,
easiest.
So Jack Flaherty's just playing.
Central.
Let's look at Jack Flaherty's. You guys can. Who's at 2? Who did I say?
I got Jack Flaherty right now. I got
Do we go Cardinals or do we go A's?
Well,
why don't we ask the 2 other people like Toby and
sure. I want to know who has Jack Flaherty pitched against.
Well, he's started 7 games. He's 6-0 with a 2.83 ERA.
Decent. Who has he played? Can you click on his game log?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh! You just said you had stuff.
I should have did this myself.
I'll be there in 1 second. Baseballreference.com. Okay, pull up.
All I know is I tried to trade it for Jack Flaherty earlier this season, and Toby declined.
Yep.
Jack Flaherty game log. Jack Flaherty in 2021 has played against. I'm trying to find it.
Miami Marlins.
Why can I not?
Washington Nationals. Washington Nationals.
Do.
Reds.
Yeah.
Not doo-doo.
They're good. Good offense.
Pirates.
Bad.
Pirates are not bad.
Pirates are 14-20. They're the last in their division.
I was laughing. You didn't see, I guess. And
okay.
then the Rockies.
So Rockies are one of the worst teams. So he's had one good team he's played, the Reds. Marlins aren't awful. They're 15-19 though.
But if you look at Miami, they have one of the best run differentials in all of baseball because they have the best pitching staff in baseball right now. So
good, but he does not pitch against the pitchers.
But I'm saying
he is doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, you can only play against the teams you're playing. I'm just saying he's played against some doo-doo teams. So I'd be fine with either way. I'll let you guys decide. Cardinals, Oakland. Cardinals. What do you go with?
Because it's Mac's first time on here, I'm going to go with him. And he did the research, more research than we've ever done. So I'm going to go with
We'll go Oakland, then Cardinals. James, I understand where you're coming from. Sorry.
We're basing it off the guy that doesn't even know what a baseball is. Let's go.
Hey, Matt, if there's anyone who will put intense amounts of research into sports, it's Mac. He may not be wrong.
Who is the statistician that is with Billy Bean?
Jonah Hill. That's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. Well, that's who Mac is of this group, I guess.
Let's see. Who did Jonah Hill play in Moneyball? His name was Peter Brand.
All right, Peter Brand. That's
looks
your new
nothing
name.
Like Jonah Hill, just so you know. He's like in shape and stuff. All right, Mac Brand. Okay, so we've got Oakland 1, St. Louis Cardinals 2, 3.
Can I say something really quick?
What?
Sorry. So I just changed. So I said I said 0.25 for strength of schedule and 0.1 for last 10. So I changed it 0.1 for strength of schedule, 0.25 for last 10, and I put the Cardinals first.
Thank you.
So it just depends on how you weigh it, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
what is it? Which one is it, Mac? Is it Cardinals or A's?
We're going to get A's.
Okay.
All that to say the A's.
Okay, A's Cardinals, 1A, 1B. All right, 3. Toby, you've been on a while. I'll let you go third. Who you got at 3?
Let's go Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with it.
Red Sox have been playing really well. Really well. Do they have the best record in baseball?
Yes.
Yeah,
Tied.
best record in baseball.
2-15.
They lose today? I've got 22 and 14.
I got 22-14.
That's what I had as well.
Oh, I thought you said 15. My bad.
I said 14.
My bad.
They've just been consistently good since the beginning of the year, and no one really expected it. And they don't even have their best pitcher back.
Isn't that weird with the Red Sox?
Yeah.
When they're expected to be good, they suck. Like, what was it? After they went to the World Series a couple years ago, they were just awful. One of the worst teams in baseball.
Here's one thing. I don't know how he's been doing. I think he started well. I haven't checked him recently, but I understand that Mookie Betts trade was just atrocious, and it was obviously just to dump his salary and not have to pay him. But they did get Alex Verdugo in return.
Yes.
And it's not like Alex Verdugo is just some slump of a player. He's a good player. He never got a chance with the Dodgers, but when he did, he was batting over 300. So I think we're going to look back on that trade. Obviously, still think it's stupid because Mookie Betts goes to the Dodgers and they instantly win a World Series. But Verdugo is no slump, so I don't think it was as bad as people make it out to be, but it was still bad.
Well, I mean, he was probably going to leave next year unless they wanted to re-sign him. It's funny you say Verdugo. He just now took the lead. He just got scored on a sac fly against the A's. Boston takes a 1-0 lead over the A's.
They should be number 1 then.
Yes. So clearly.
Game's not over. Game's not over.
Oh, sure it is. Sure it is. Okay, so we've got Oakland, St. Louis, Red Sox. I guess it's my turn. I'll go with the Giants at 4.
I thought you were going to go the other team.
No, of course.
Not your team, the other team.
No, I know who you're thinking of, and I do not
Okay.
think that they are ready. So you guys agree, Giants 4?
Yes.
Which is, again,
Yes.
I mean, 2 of these teams
They earned it.
are shockers. I mean,
Okay.
if you would have said who your top 4 teams going into the season, I would not have said any of these 4. Most likely, I would have said the closest to this list would have been the Cardinals.
The A's for me.
But the Red Sox and Giants, I would not have had anywhere near this list. So that's very impressive to me. All right, who do we got at 5, Mac? Actually, we'll let James go because he didn't really get to pick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously the Chicago White Sox. They're kind of right in the middle of the list. The team that's going to be right below them, I'm pretty sure, potentially. They've gone back and forth all season. It's been fun to watch. A no-hitter from Carlos Rodon against someone in this list. But they're a pretty good team. I know they have injuries, but I think they're the 5th best team.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing pretty well, even despite their injuries, pitching and hitting. They have a 53 win differential, which is a big reason why I think they should be number 5 on this list, if not higher. I almost had them above the Giants. 53 win differential, if my calculations are correct, is the highest in the league.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Saw
So
that
that's really impressive from them. That means they're doing everything right, hitting and pitching. So
Yeah, and it's really pitching. It's not
Really
what the
good
guys
team.
they were expecting, really. I mean, Lucas Giolito has a 5 ERA, and Dallas Keuchel hasn't been great. Like it's the other 3: Dylan Cease, Carlos Rodon, and I mean Lance Lynn's been phenomenal. But those 3 guys are pretty dang good.
Well, and then you get an explosion of a guy like Yermin Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get
Helps.
their bullpen is stacked. They got Michael Kopech just waiting in the wings, waiting to start. I mean, they're really good, and they could be better. So
yeah, I like it. I think it's a good pick. Matt, who you got at 6?
I'm gonna go Cleveland Indians.
Ooh, Indians. Why?
They're 3 on my list. So
The Indians are 3 on your list.
yeah.
Interesting. Where do they rank in your different categories?
Okay. So last 10, they're 7-3. So that's a
With
second.
a no-hitter against.
That's the
Ouch.
second
That
best.
should count as 2 losses.
And then strength of schedule, they're 18. So right about in the middle.
They've played some tough teams. Yeah.
So
Yeah, you've only been no hit twice already. So
They were no hit in a 20-day period. First team to ever do that. No team has ever been no hit in 3 years or 3 times in a year. So we're going to break the record this year. We've been no hit 2 times in the first month of the season. That's disgusting. Disgusting. Anyways, but they are playing well. I don't know. I honestly probably wouldn't have them this high on the list. Maybe it's just because I see their flaws every day. But they are playing well. I mean, their offense is starting to feed on each other a little bit better as they stop swinging at so many balls in the dirt. Franmil Reyes has really turned things around. He started off, him and Jose Ramirez, when they started the season. Honestly, Jose Ramirez, Eddie Rosario, Franmil Reyes, all 3 of them were really struggling to start the year. I'm talking strikeouts, 2/3 of their at-bats. But we've got those 3 guys all with 7+ homers, and Franmil has 10 and Jose has 10 and Franmil has 8. So with these guys, our middle of the lineup, when they're hitting, the other guys kind of don't have as much pressure on them now because they have to get pitched to because we don't want to get to those other 3 guys. So they're starting to hit better. Shane Bieber, of course, is going nuts. Plesac, Savale all pitching well. McKenzie pitching well. Our 5th pitcher got cut because he's pitching so poorly. So we'll see what happens with that. Indians 5. What do you guys think about that?
Indians 6.
6
or 6?
I mean, I wouldn't have had them that high, but I mean, after finding out that they're like 10-3 in their last 13 games,
They're playing really well.
and you know they are playing well right now. I wouldn't have them that high.
And they're beating the Cubs right now as well.
I would have them here for one reason. I would have one team ahead of them, but for certain reasons, I would not currently put them ahead of them. And I'll explain myself when we get there.
Okay. All right. So we've got A's,
I can live with them at
Cardinals,
6.
Red Sox, Giants, White Sox, Indians. Tobias, who you got?
Oh man, this one's tough. Let's go with the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, that's what I would have said too. James, you're disappointed. Why?
I would have them after. I would have them 8th.
So after 2 teams, this team.
Yes,
okay.
Cleveland being 6.
6. So then, who would you have here? Brewers?
No, the Mets.
Mets.
Yeah, I
was
agree
gonna
with
say
that,
the
actually,
Yankees.
though.
I don't have the Mets in my top 10.
I had Yankees at 6 on mine.
I mean,
What did
7.
you have the Mets?
10.
Uh,
Padres or
and-
Dodgers aren't in my top 10.
Anywho, the reason why
Mouth open.
I was because I thought I don't shit. The only reason I didn't have the Mets ahead of the Indians is because of DeGrom's health right now. It's a huge concern.
Tell me about it. It's a concern for my fantasy team.
But if DeGrom was there, I had the Mets 5 last time we did this.
You did.
And so dropping him down to 6 wouldn't hurt me at all. But with DeGrom hurt, I was dropping him down to 7. They still have a good team. They're starting to play better. They're
Lindor is still doo-doo.
They're
Lindor is
7-3.
6 for 14 in
Yeah,
his
I
last
know.
4 games.
He's doing better his last 4 games.
And they're 7-3 in their last 10.
The biggest concern with them is their offense is atrocious. They have the fewest runs scored in the league and they've played fewer games than everybody, but they have the fewest runs scored by like 30.
By 8 against the
by 8.
Nationals.
Okay, let's not talk about the Nationals. Leave them out of it.
Okay. So I guess we'll go with I'm so fine with going with the Padres here.
Forget everything else everyone else says. Just go with you and Toby and you and Mac.
Well, who says the Padres should go lower?
Me.
I do.
Okay, so Wes, who do you got after the Padres?
The Padres are 7. Is that right?
Padres went 7, correct.
I mean, I was going to put the Yankees here because they're 12-5 in their last 17 games.
They have turned it around since, that's what Cleveland will do. You play Cleveland and you can start playing better. Since their Cleveland series, they've been playing really well.
I mean, they took 2 or 3 from the Astros. They took
3 from the Nats.
3 from the Mets. I mean, they're playing really well right now.
And they've been winning some walk-offs too.
Giancarlo Stanton's been
Brad
hitting
Hand.
out of his mind right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
and
Thanks
the
for taking
pitching's
Brad Hand off ours.
doing enough. So,
Yeah, I would be okay with the Yankees here as well. I personally probably would have the Brewers at this spot. But
We all have
I'm cool
different
with the
people.
Yankees. So, all right, James, you're next. Who you got for the Yankees?
Well, the Mets.
Okay, so Mets here. So I guess we already discussed that. And I'll end it with the Brewers. So that's 10, correct? So teams that
It's hard to leave the Dodgers out.
it's hard to leave the Dodgers out, but they're not simply not playing super well.
They're 2-8.
Astros too.
Yeah, but they went from number 1 to out of the top 10.
Well, that's what a bad.
Are y'all really saying y'all would rather play any of these teams than the Brewers? Or the
Are
Dodgers?
they playing like a top 10 team in baseball
Right now, I would rather play the Dodgers.
Right now.
Right
Crazy.
now.
Catch them in a cold streak. That's what I'd rather do.
Dude, I'd still rather play the Brewers. Have you seen the lineup they're trotting out there every night?
Is that lineup producing right now?
Not really.
Then
They're getting negative six
I'd like
run
to play them.
differential.
If that lineup's not
They're-
producing right now, I'd rather play them.
Okay, just hold on a second. The Brewers have scored 134 runs, and the Dodgers have scored 174.
Great. Have they scored 174 runs in their last 10 games?
The Brewers are 4-6 in their last 10. The Dodgers are 2-8. It's not
So
like
it sounds like they're
Brewers are
2
much
games better.
Got him.
All right, here's
So-
our list.
Yeah.
Oakland A's 1, St. Louis Cardinals 2, Red Sox 3, Giants 4, White Sox 5, Indians 6, Padres 7, Mets or no,
Yankees are somewhere in there.
Yankees 8, Mets 9, Brewers 10. I think the teams that could be whining are Dodgers, Astros. Yeah, that's about it.
They're 11 and 12 if they're not in it. But out of all those teams, I would still not like to play the Dodgers in a 7-game.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play them either.
100%.
A 7-game series for sure, but in one game. All right. I think that's all I have. What'd you guys basketball talk? Anything specific? I mean, we got 4 guys who know about NBA. Let's touch
The
on
thing
that.
I'm gonna do is basketball talk.
Perfect.
Okay.
What you got, James?
All right. So there's a couple things that we could have did. I wanted to go through.
Could have did.
Yep.
Sorry.
Could have did a playoff kind of scenario, but we could save that for when the regular season. It's almost over, but it's not quite over yet. So what I thought we could do, which would be fun and entertaining for the people, is since we did it for baseball, we can do it for basketball. We can have an all-time draft list, just 5 positions, and see who has the best team.
I am totally unprepared for this, but okay.
Ooh,
That's
I am
why
prepared.
no one's prepared for this, and that's why I did it that way.
Crackety crack.
Okay.
Always prepared.
Who gets the first pick?
You got to do
Yeah,
your
please
randomizer.
With my
Please give it to me.
101, 101,
Let me share my screen.
I'm taking Greg Oden.
Babe Ruth. What?
So 5-round draft.
Yeah.
Just 5, you have to go with the 5 positions.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here.
Are we going guard, forward?
I was point guard. I don't know. No, that's too easy.
If you go forward, I'm picking Shaq and he would dominate you all game long.
Toby West James. What's my name? Jake. And
and
Come on,
McKenzie.
did you guys
Mac
know
Jones.
that how Mac Jones got his name? His
I'm
name is
sure.
Michael McCorkle Jones. He goes by Mac from McCorkle. McCorkle is his mom's maiden name, and it's his middle name. So he goes by Mac. So it's really McCorkle Jones.
You?
So just so you know. All right.
One time.
All right, randomize one time.
Yep.
Hey,
Son
Of
a
course.
gun.
hey, finally the luck finally swings my way for once. All right, Jake, James, Mac, Toby, and Wes is the order.
I'll
Let's
trade
do
you,
one
Jake.
for one. In the draft, I will take LeBron, Michael Jordan, please. Michael Jordan. So what position does he play? Forward, right?
Shooting guard?
Guard.
Small forward.
I'm gonna shoot
Shooting
you,
guard.
Jake.
Small
I'm
forward.
playing.
Shooting
I'm kidding.
No, he was a shooting guard.
Shooting guard, James.
All right,
LeBron
I
plays-
bet you he is a small forward. How much you want to bet?
No, he's a shooting guard. He's
shooting
200
guard.
Pippins
pounds.
is 3.
I'll bet you, James.
Look on
All right,
2K.
so
He's a
I'm
shooting
gonna
guard.
make sure I keep track of our teams here, or is someone else doing it?
Scottie Pippen's the 3, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna pull up a Google Doc real quick so I can keep track of our teams.
Oh, look, position small forward.
Okay.
Look
what?
on 2K, shooting guard.
Yeah, 2K. We're gonna believe 2K over at the
Yeah,
whole world.
2K is king. Ask Ronnie
Where,
2K.
where do you
All
where
right,
do you
all
say
right.
small forward?
Let's move
That is-
along.
that's
I've
terrible.
got MJ as my 2.
Thank you, Jake.
Okay. And then who's next? I forget.
I am.
Okay. Go ahead,
This is a little difficult because I can go a lot of directions here.
James. You sure could, because you got to realize what picks or what positions have value.
Oh gosh.
None.
I'm gonna go a point guard, and I'm gonna go no, Magic Johnson,
Who's he?
the greatest point guard ever. That too.
Yep.
Okay. Who's next?
I am.
Okay, Mac, who do you got?
I'm gonna go. I'll go Wilt Chamberlain
Wilt?
as a center. Yeah.
Okay, and let's see. I'm gonna make sure I keep track of this. James, you said your 1 is MJ?
Yours is MJ.
Or I'm sorry, Magic. Okay, and Mac went Wilt. That's your 5.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Wes, who you got?
Whoa. I was 4th.
Oh, sorry, I had it out of order in my list. All right, go ahead, Toby.
All right. You don't even like this player that much, but at small forward, LeBron James.
That is your 3, correct?
Yep.
Okay, LeBron. I think that's the right pick, probably. All right, Wes, who you got with your first pick? You get 2
Going
back
with-
to back here.
The legend, Larry Legend, small forward.
All right,
Oh,
Larry
Larry.
Bird. Okay, and you get another pick back to back.
My second pick, the Black Mamba.
Nice.
Oh, at your 2, Kobe Bryant, rip. Most missed shots in NBA history. Hot take there, Wes. Hot take. I'm not
You're
sure how I
about to
feel
get
about
about
that
to
one.
get slapped to the
Hey,
computer.
I'm just saying,
Right
most missed
meow.
shots. Most missed shots. Toby, who you got?
Let's go with the most dominant player in NBA history, Shaquille O'Neal.
At your
At center.
5, Shaq.
It's only right that Shaq goes after Kobe.
Sure.
Yep.
If you say so. All right, Mac, who you got? Do we have to fill a team or can we play
man.
small?
You can play small. Gonna get dominated by Shaq.
How's Shaq gonna cover all my 3-point shooters? Tell me that.
Hey,
I'm gonna go Steph.
Yeah, I was hoping Steph would make it back to me, but I was not feeling that was likely. Greatest shooter of all time goes to Mac. Nice job, Mac. Very surprised. What would you do for Steph Curry? What's the limit? Where you'd say, no, sorry, Steph, that's too much. Oh, by the way, everyone, Mac is a huge Steph Curry fan in Golden State
Yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah.
What would you do for
What do you
him?
mean? What's the limit?
I mean, would you be like, no, I will not give you both my kidneys?
Oh.
Or would you give them both up?
yes.
Would that be your limit, or would you still do it?
Maybe 2 you or 3 years ago.
Oh, you don't love him as much anymore? He's still playing lights out.
No,
Fucking
I think
MVP
he's-
this year.
I
Get a
think
good
he's
chance
too.
at it.
Yeah.
He's not winning MVP.
No, you don't think so?
No.
The way he's been playing?
I think Jokic gets it.
Okay.
I'm just
James.
glad LeBron's not in the talk.
He's MVP
I mean, he's been
caliber,
injured a lot.
no
He
question.
is MVP
Yes.
caliber. All right, who you going with, James? You have Magic already on your team.
I'm gonna go around the same team around a very similar time and go Kareem.
Kareem,
Oh,
nice.
is he small forward or?
He
I'm
is
gonna
a
smack you
center.
so hard.
Sorry.
I'm gonna smack you so hard.
I don't watch basketball. I know his
All-time
name's Kareem
leading
Abdul-Jabbar,
scorer.
all-time leading scorer. Don't know what position he plays. All right, so Kareem.
Sky Hook.
I know
Yep.
where he played. I've watched his film. He's a tall guy who played basketball. There's a lot of those.
Smack you so hard. Just-
I've already got MJ at my shooting guard. I need a point. Well, let's see. How many point guards have been taken? There's only
Hey,
2.
Google basketball players. You might be able to find them.
I'm looking at a list here of who I want. Okay.
Antonio, Anthony
I
Bennett.
could go Isaiah Thomas here.
Antonio
The short one?
McNice.
Antonio.
Worst part is you got to pick 2 in a row.
Hey,
I know I have to
Trey
get 2 in
Burke.
a row.
Trey Burke.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
All right.
Jordan Poole.
I've got an idea.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Tim Duncan and KD.
Oh,
So Tim Duncan, what do they call him? The fundamentalist or something like
Fundamental.
that? Big fundamental.
Slim
Yeah.
Reaper.
And then KD will be. Well, where would I play him? Honestly,
You can play him anywhere.
I could play him anywhere. I'll put him as
you're the 4.
because I could put him at point guard if I honestly wanted to. All right, James, who you got?
Oh, really?
All right. I'm gonna go one of the better two-way players in the league, and I am going to go Scottie Pippen.
Ooh.
Scottie Pippen, distant
Good
cousin to Wally Pipp. Okay, Pippen, Scottie Pippen. All right, Matt, who you got? I think I'm gonna end up with the best team in this thing.
Yeah, because you got Michael Jordan.
You might.
All right, Mac.
I'm thinking.
I see that smoke
Um,
coming out of your ears. Big signal. This
I'll
is great
go-
radio.
Man, sorry.
Hmm.
Dr. J, small forward.
Dr.
Ooh,
J,
Doctor.
the doctor. Isn't he the one that shoots the ice cube into the Dr. Pepper glass in the commercial?
We just keep going.
All right, Toby, who you got, Toby?
This is tough. There's so many good players.
This is literally gonna kill me.
I believe this guy's the second leading scorer of all time. The mailman, Karl Malone.
I'm looking right at him right now. I was gonna pick him.
Looking right at him.
Kind of
Hey,
wish
do,
I
you
had.
know, do you know why he's called the mailman, Jake?
Did he mail in the last half of his career?
Because he always delivers.
Always
I like it.
delivers.
I like it. I love nicknames. Big fan. Is it because Malone starts with an M? Carl, Carlmalone.
Karl.
Close. Who did he play for?
Utah Jazz.
Utah. Nice. All right, Wes, you got 2 picks back to back. Pick players I know their names.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nice, nice.
What position?
He's
Oh my.
playing center.
Okay, Hakeem. I'll leave it at that.
Attaboy.
Hakeem Hicks. Okay.
Good. At point guard, I'm going Steve Nash.
Oh, I was really hoping you'd come back to me. I was not confident, but I was hoping you would. All
I was
right,
hoping to get Bird and Magic on the same team, but just had to pick him with the second pick.
Toby, you get a pick here. Who you got? You already have LeBron, Karl Malone, and Shaq.
Let's
Those are
pick
some
one of the best.
bruisers.
Yeah, he's got
Pick
some
one of
big
the
boys.
best shooting guards of all time. My team has no shooting, but that's not going to change. I'm going to take Dwayne Wade.
I thought Wade might go in this round.
I'm just gonna
Ray
pick Clay
Allen?
there.
You should have gone J.R. Smith. All
All right,
right,
I'm gonna
Matt,
go,
go ahead.
Kevin Garnett, power forward.
KG. All right.
Great
Recently,
actor.
Barkley came out and said Garnett was not. He was a borderline Hall of Famer, and Garnett came back and said, "Barkley, you're a borderline champion because he never won a championship."
Yeah,
Ouch.
that's definitely his fault.
Okay, so don't shoot me. Was Garnett better with the Timberwolves or the Celtics?
Probably Timberwolves.
Probably Timberwolves.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I at least knew something, right? Okay. James.
I'm gonna go power forward as well. One of the greatest to never win a championship, Charles Barkley.
I was really hoping Barkley would come back to me. As soon as they mentioned him, I was like, come on, I need to get Chuck. That really changes things up for me. All right, let me look at my list again. Oh, there's Karl Malone. I know who he is now. Ooh, I could go Bill Russell and just stack him at my power forward. Does everyone have a point guard yet?
I do, yeah.
No.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Gotta make both my picks here.
My
All right,
last pick.
I'm gonna
is
go
gonna
with
be
the
best pick.
The Big O, Oscar Robertson, and Bill Russell.
Nice.
So boom, there's my team. My team is complete.
I'm gonna go Del Curry at shooting.
It's
guard.
my pick.
Oh
Brick.
my
Pick Del Curry, please. Pick
Del
Del Curry,
Del
just
Curry.
to spite him, even if you
I'm
don't
gonna-
want him.
I'm gonna pick someone better than Dale Curry, and I don't know why I didn't even think
There's
of him,
a
and no
lot
one
of-
else did.
Who?
And I'm gonna go for my shooting guard, Pistol Pete Maravich.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
I love Pistol.
Isn't Pippen?
I-
Or no, I'm
I have
sorry.
a picture of him in my game room.
Pippen is your small forward, right?
Nice. Pippen, yeah.
Have you guys ever read the autobiography by Pistol Pete Maravich?
Yes,
Nope.
many
One
times.
of the greatest books I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, I've been encouraged to read it multiple times.
So good. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. His life story is just awesome. I mean, it's actually really sad, but it's also awesome.
Love Pistol. I'm
right,
actually
Mac.
disappointed in myself. I
I'll
didn't
go.
draft
I'll
him
go
at point
Jerry
guard.
West.
Jerry West. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought about going Pistol Pete for my first pick or for my PG, but Oscar Robertson was staring me right in the face. Jerry West. Isn't he the umpire that blows all those calls?
Yep.
All right.
with my pick, my team's still not going to have tons of shooting. But I'm going to go with I'm just pairing up old teammates. Give me John Stockton at
John
point guard.
Stockton. You just
Does
like
anyone know his nickname?
Why are you yelling?
I'm talking over people.
Give me a second. Nicknames are kind of my thing.
Hey Google.
It's not the mailman.
Nope.
None of you guys know? No one knows it?
For some reason, I don't remember.
Isn't he? Don't they just call him Stock?
Nope.
What is it?
It's a specific one.
What is it?
Pasty Gangster.
The pasty gangster.
Because he was pale white, but he played dirty. One of the dirtiest players of all time.
Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Like a Grayson Allen.
Do you guys know where he's from?
Dirtier.
Where he was born?
Slovakia.
Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, he went to Gonzaga.
All right, Toby, your pick. Oh, you picked John Stockton, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked John Stockton.
All right, Wes, with the final pick in our very, very unprepared for draft, who you got?
I'm gonna lose because I didn't pick Pistol Pete #1 or at point guard, but I don't care. I'm going with the greatest European player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk.
Ooh, good pick.
I almost went with Dirk over Bill Russell, but I went with Bill Russell.
I thought you said greatest European. Luca?
No,
Dirk is still the greatest.
I will never forget that finals
watch
where
your mouth.
Dirk beat up on the Miami Heat. That was one of the greatest finals I've ever watched in my life. I was living in the Dallas area at the time, and everyone was just going nuts. I watched every single game the playoffs that year. It was a lot of fun. All right, here are our teams. So before you vote for me, make sure you hear everybody else's teams. On my team, I've got Oscar Robinson, Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, Bill Russell, and Tim Duncan. James has Magic, Pete Maravich, Pippen, Charles Barkley, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Mac has Steph Curry, Jerry West, Dr. J, Kevin Garnett, and Wilt Chamberlain. Toby has John Stockton, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Karl Malone, and Shaquille O'Neal. Wes has Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki. And let me see if I get this right. I only wrote Hakeem, but I can remember. Hakeem Labajuan? Something close like that? Olajuwon? What is
Call
it?
him Hakeem the
The
Dream.
last one was right. The last one was right.
Balajuwon?
No, there's no.
Bajalawan?
Olajuwon.
Olajuwon. Okay. Elijah and Juan. All right. Gotcha.
Yep.
Hakeem Obi-Wan Olajuwon.
I have no idea what his name is. So, who did he play for and when? Utah Jazz
Rockets.
or Rockets? I'm sorry.
He won the 2 championships the 2 years Jordan played basketball.
Baseball.
Or baseball.
That too.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
This
sure
is
he just
really
basketball.
dropping
the
off.
only 2 years that Jordan played basketball. All right. What else do we got before we move on to trivia?
Fun fact there. David Robinson won the MVP, the first championship, and Olajuwon shut him down in the Western Conference Finals, and then they played Shaq in the NBA Finals, and he shut him down too. So, good times.
Impressive.
He's just trying to talk his team up. Don't
Your team
listen.
sucks, Wes.
Yeah, you know, everyone knows.
All right. Anything else
I
you had before trivia?
I have 2 interesting stats that are kind of very interesting.
Okay.
First off, the no-hitter that the second, not the most recent one, but
We had
the
2
one
no-hitters
before-
last week.
Yeah, we should mention that probably.
Yeah.
We had John Means and we had Wade Miley.
2 guys who had no business throwing no-hitters. I mean, John Means isn't having a good year, but still.
But the interesting thing about John Means is his is the first time ever that this has ever happened that no one was walked, hit by pitch, or got on by error, and it was still a no-hitter.
What happened?
It was a strike 3 drop off.
Oh, third strike drop.
And then he got
Drop
caught.
third strike.
Yep, and then he got caught
Okay.
stealing or
Wow.
into a double play or something. It was
That-
the first time it's ever happened.
That's a perfect game, in my opinion.
It is. It should be.
I mean, you struck the guy out. It's not your catcher's. It's not your fault that the catcher couldn't field the ball cleanly. It's not a wild pitch. But I mean, I guess technically errors still count against you too. So
Yeah, he got on base.
yeah, he got on base, so it's not a perfect game. What a bummer. But he faced the minimum though.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So
Impressive.
my next one is another no-hitter. This one's a little more interesting. So in 1917, a pitcher was pitching in a game and he walked the very first batter. He went up to the umpire, complained, and decked him in the face.
Holy crap. I've heard
Babe
of this
Ruth.
one before.
I know.
It was Babe Ruth, and he
Yeah.
got ejected.
Yep.
But the guy that came in was
And threw a no-hitter after him.
Chester Thomas.
Chester Thompson. right?
No. I lost his name. Ernie Shore.
Yes.
Ernie Shore came in. That guy got caught stealing, and he pitched a perfect game after that.
That's nuts.
Doesn't get credit for a no-hitter. Doesn't get credit for a perfect game.
But he threw a 26 batter no-hitter.
Yep.
Doesn't count.
Yep.
I have two
Ouch.
interesting facts. Does anyone know who the 7th pick in the 2018 NFL draft was?
The 7th pick in the 2018.
Who went
Yeah.
number 1 in that draft?
Baker Mayfield. Position is quarterback.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, you know who went number 7 overall in the 2019 NFL draft?
I'm
Justin
guessing.
Herbert.
Josh
Which-
Allen.
Oh, what?
Oh yeah.
Defensive end, Jacksonville
Nuts.
Jaguars. Well, this year, the New York Jets selected Michael Carter
Yeah.
and also Michael Carter.
In the same
One
spot.
went to North Carolina, one went to Duke.
Mm-hmm. That's weird.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is crazy.
Interesting.
Nuts. I like it. I like the interesting facts. Anything else before I move into trivia?
Tim Tebow is
Oh,
on
yeah.
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Dude,
Yeah.
10 years
Woo.
too late, buddy. I mean, more power to him. I think that's awesome that he's like, I mean, he could, I said it to one of you guys in the group chat or an Xbox or something. Like, this guy could be just riding on his laurels of success, working in TV and in his fame. And he doesn't need money, but the guy's so competitive. He wants to keep being involved in pro sports and he's going to keep going for it. So, I mean, more power to him. I hope he succeeds. It's a little late in the game to try to be a tight end. Teams tried to get him to be a tight end for years and he would not agree to it. I think if he had agreed to being a tight end when he was 25, he'd have a good shot at being a good tight end. But man, 33, it's tough. We'll see what happens.
Does he get a shot if it's not Urban Meyer? Probably not.
Probably not.
But it's a
No.
field. It
I
looks
mean, who knows? He could very well be cut before the season starts.
Best tweet I saw about that. Jesus Christ, Tim Tebow, returning at 33 years old.
Okay. I have like 6 or more
That's awesome.
sport headlines to add.
That is awesome.
I don't know how you can follow that, but go for it,
Okay,
Mackenzie.
Matt, go
Well,
ahead.
they're,
with
they're
your
not
latest
jokes. They're
stats.
just headlines. All right.
Okay.
So Russell Westbrook breaking Oscar Robertson's triple
Oh
double
yeah,
record.
it's big news.
Yes.
181. Bazemore Beal beef.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
yes.
fighting big time.
Oakland A's possibly relocating.
Is that bigger in the news? I know they mentioned that a couple years ago.
It happened
Yeah.
Oh,
today.
it's just brand new.
Yeah.
they're thinking about Vegas.
Rapper J. Cole to play in Rwandan team in Basketball Africa League.
I saw that. That's
Ew.
weird.
That's exciting. Medina Spirit drug scandal.
What's that?
Yes.
The horse.
Oh, the
racehorse?
horse.
horse,
Yeah, I
the
did see
racehorse.
that.
Kentucky
Yep.
Derby.
My sister bet big time on him, and they're asking for her. To
That's
get
why you don't gamble.
it. Yeah, she's keeping it. She said, "No, I already won the money. I'm not getting it back." Like all her friends did a pool.
They're asking for it back.
Oh, yeah, they like did a pool.
Oh,
And
like within
everyone got to
groups.
pick a horse or whatever, and she got to pick that one. And all our friends are like, "So since your horse cheated, can I have the money back?" She's like, "I didn't know it cheated. No, I'm not giving you the money back."
And then lastly, DK Metcalf ran 100 meters in 10.37 seconds,
Which
finishing
is the 9th fastest in the United States.
15th out of 17th. He finished.
I think
Okay,
Tyreek Hill would have
If,
beat him.
if you break this down over a 40-yard dash, do y'all know how fast that is?
No.
It's 4.15.
Oh my word.
Yeah,
that
but
is
the
moving.
thing is,
Okay.
if you do a 40-yard dash, it takes you longer to reach that max speed, and also more of that time is spent building up your speed.
The
That's
guy
why we
is
never
built
see
like
him.
a tank, so it
He
doesn't
is.
matter.
Well,
That's,
I watched
that's nuts
it.
that a guy that big is winning that race.
I watched it, and his
Yeah.
acceleration was really good. It was towards the end he kind of fell back.
Yeah, he
So.
doesn't have the same max speed as some of those guys.
Those are some of your headlines.
Yeah, I like it. Headlines with Mac. Da-na-na. Trivia time. So Mitch won our trivia last week, but cannot be here due to a death in the family. So sorrows be upon.
Ask Max on here.
Well, it was not Mac's family; it was Mitch's wife's family.
Oh,
Oh, I was like, Mac.
Mac is like. So, anyways, guys. So Mitch cannot be here today. But we got Mac here, and Mitch bestowed his blessing of trivia upon James. So with Wes, Mac, and Toby, I feel like I finally have a good shot to reclaim my title. So James, what do you got for us today? Please don't.
all right. So I'm keeping it in the area of no hitter, so you have a solid chance.
Good.
All right. So the order we will go in, it's going to be to my right and around. So it's going to be Mac, Toby, Wes, Jake. All right. Question number 1. Who has thrown the most hitters and how many?
Oh,
would
I
to
got
guess
this.
I know the number.
All right.
Hitters or
All
no
right.
hitters?
Same.
All right. Hold your horses. Hold your horses.
You mean no hitters, correct? Not hitters.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of hitters.
Because
I
you
said
said-
through no hitters.
no, you said who has thrown the
You
most
said
hitters.
You definitely said hitters.
Whatever. No hitters and how many? All right.
Okay.
Since-
I'm
I will
guessing.
wait for multiple choice.
Let him
Mess-
say
Can I message you?
Message me. You 3 message me. You know what? That's not fair to Mac. All right. Yeah, you 3 message me, and I'll tell you what he said.
something. You just can't tell him what we say. You just have to give him 4 options, let him choose.
But the problem is that we normally let the person guess, and then the next person, whatever. It doesn't matter.
That's
I have
fine.
faith in Mac.
I think he'll get it. Okay, sent.
All right. Possible answers, Mac.
Okay.
Did we all get it right?
No, someone got it wrong.
What?
All right. Answer number 1, Sandy Koufax. Answer number 2, Nolan Ryan. Answer number 3, it doesn't matter. One of those 2.
You're getting a
Nolan
50-50
Ryan.
shot.
All right. And how many?
How many?
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of you, Toby.
3.
What?
You got it wrong.
Just kidding. Just kidding. 7.
All right. The answer is Nolan Ryan was 7.
Dang. Where
You
did
got
I
it
see?
right. Mac is just baffled.
Like, wait, I got it.
I picked a random number out of the hat and got 7.
All right.
Where did I saw Sandy Koufax somewhere.
Toby's got 1 point. Wes
Sandy's got
2
4 no hitters.
Wait, how does Toby have a point?
because he got 7.
Oh, so but we guessed, so isn't it 2 per?
Can I finish saying the score, Jake?
Okay, sure.
Jake has 2. Wes has 2. Mac has. Oh, y'all have 4.
4.
Mac has 2. Toby has 2.
Suck it, Toby.
Thank you.
All right. Number 2. Which team has thrown the most no hitters and how many? You don't have to guess how many. That's just a bonus point.
Pretty sure I know this one as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Toby's over here looking it up.
I'm gonna text you a guess.
Do we have to text you or we can just say it?
Now, this one's a little harder, so we can
Yeah.
go with. All right, Toby. All right, raise your hand if you're going to guess out loud first before.
Me.
Okay.
I'm
Just
going
for
to
the
wait.
heck of it.
I'm gonna wait. I'm pretty sure I know.
I'm going to wait.
All
I
right.
sent you a guess.
All right.
because I'm almost positive once I hear it on the.
Go ahead and say it, Toby.
Cincinnati Reds. 18.
And how many? Okay. Wesley.
I'm going to wait.
We're all waiting. The 3 of us are waiting.
Okay. Your possible answers are the Cincinnati Reds, the Boston Red Sox, the Atlanta Braves, or the LA Dodgers.
It's West Mac me.
No, it's
It's West Jake
Mac.
Mac.
Mac, me, Jake.
No,
Yeah.
it's Jake. It's West Jake Mac.
Okay.
Okay.
All I know is
I picked
actually-
third last time, but anyway.
I picked last.
Yeah, you did. And Toby already did his guess. So
This
you're
is not
second.
good radio. Let's just move
So
on.
I'm going first, and I went. Okay,
No,
anyways.
Toby already went.
Yeah. So you would be second. So it'd be Toby, you, me, Mac. But since Toby went, now it's you.
I was supposed to pick third last time. Do y'all get this? I was
Right.
supposed to pick third.
You were
Toby
supposed to
just
pick
went.
third.
Toby went first. So who is second?
Okay,
I
who
went
went?
third.
What question? Wes, what question is this?
Oh my gosh. Our second.
It's the
question.
second question.
So you were
Okay.
third last time. That means you're second this time.
I'm picking first.
No, you're
Oh.
picking second. Toby already picked.
Whatever.
It's okay.
Whatever.
Here, I'll
Okay.
pick first. Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you.
Okay, James. I'm up, right?
No,
No,
Cincinnati
Wes
Reds.
is.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I will say Reds and I'll say 12. No,
Oh.
13.
Oh, we have to pick the number two.
No, just
You
number
can.
two.
You don't have to.
Okay, I'm gonna go 19.
All right, Mac.
I'm gonna go Braves 14.
All right. The correct answer is the LA Dodgers, and they have thrown 26 no hitters.
Wow.
Oh. I was thinking it was the A's, and then when it wasn't the A's, I was lost.
Completely threw me off.
Why'd you think
I literally
Cincinnati?
just guessed. I
'Cause
literally
Toby said
just
it.
guessed because Wade Miley threw his, and they put up a graphic that said they threw an 18. I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah, I knew they had
Seems like
thrown
it
a
could
lot
be
too.
enough.
When I saw it was their 18th no hitter, I was surprised as well.
All right. Next question.
Even though I said
Which team has got thrown a no hitter against them the most?
Got
I'd
no
be shocked
hit.
if the Indians.
Cleveland.
If you count the perfect game that that Tiger pitcher threw back in the day, that Jim Joyce ruined, what was
Galarraga.
Armando Galarraga.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not be
Who has
shocked if
the-
it's Cleveland, honestly.
Wesley goes first. Anyone want to guess first? Does anyone want to guess?
I'll wait for the options.
I'm gonna wait.
I'll wait.
All right, here we go. Boston Red Sox, LA Dodgers, Philadelphia Phillies, Atlanta Braves.
I'm just glad it's not Cleveland.
Phillies.
You can guess a number 2.
8.
Can you say the options again? Braves, Dodgers, Phillies.
And Red Sox.
Red Sox.
I'm going to say the Braves.
McKenzie.
Red Sox 11.
Toby.
I hate this team. Braves 35.
I hate this team. He just shoots it at 30. Someone's been no hit 35 times. Their team.
the record.
Guys.
What an idiot. All right. Who did you say, Wes, again?
Phillies.
All right. The correct answer, there was 2 possible answers. I didn't tell you that, but it was the Phillies and the Dodgers have got no hit 19 times.
I almost said the Dodgers.
Wow.
So
So
close.
West takes the lead 5-4 to 2-2.
That's pretty
and it
close
was
to 35.
and it was my turn to go first.
Yes, it was.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. All right.
You get to go last next time, Wes.
There's some debate on this question, but this is what I got, and I'm going to go with it. What was the least amount of pitches pitched in a no-hitter?
27.
Whoever's the closest gets credit. If you get right on, you get
27?
5 points.
I really want to go first this time.
I'm not giving
joking.
any multiple choice. You just got to guess. And it starts with Jake.
So whoever's the closest, I'm gonna say.
Oh, hold on. Can we have who did it?
No. Don't say it, James. Don't say it.
You don't. I mean, he's from the 1900s, early 1900s. So
Oh, early nights. Oh, okay, never
I
mind.
thought this was Greg Maddox.
That's what I thought.
Sure, everyone probably had Greg Maddox in their head. I'm gonna say
Not Mac.
46. Is that a complete game no hitter? Is it 9 innings?
yes,
Like a Bumgarner.
it's a complete game.
Notable achievement.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yes. Correct
I'm
answer
gonna
is yes.
I'm gonna go low. Someone goes lower than me. Hopefully, I'm just gonna say 40.
All right, Mac.
How many innings are in baseball?
9. There's 3 outs per inning, so the absolute minimum would be 27.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'm just relax. Everyone's all on tilt tonight. Just
Well,
relax.
you said it's not
everybody.
true that the minimum
63.
amount of pitches is
63.
27.
Toby.
68.
Wesley.
69.
Dang it.
All right. The correct answer is 58, and that goes to Mackenzie Allen with the
Jeez.
closest.
I would almost said 60 square, but I just said 40.
So it is 4, 5, 4,
5, 4,
3.
3, 2.
Who has 2?
Toby only has 2.
Do I get
All
2
right.
points for that or 1?
1.
1.
Oh no.
So you got on the
All right.
nose, we'd give you 2.
All right.
I thought he said 5.
What was the most pitches thrown in a no-hitter?
Oh boy.
Jeez.
This is a Nolan Ryan one for
ooh,
sure.
ooh.
I'm almost positive Nolan Ryan threw this.
Start with Mac.
Let me do some math.
Okay, don't start.
75.
Say 75.
I was trying to help Mac out.
103.
Oh, well, that's
Promise?
wrong.
That's not it.
I'm sorry, Mac.
All right, Toby.
103 is like a really awesome game. That
Yeah,
you got 103 pitches, you pitched 9 innings, you were extremely efficient.
let's go. They threw exorbitant amounts of pitches back in the day. Let's go like 162.
Yeah, I was thinking something.
Oh my
around
heavens.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 178.
Yeah. I think it's probably right in between that range.
What's the difference?
I'm going to be the pansy. Do I go 161?
Yes.
I'm going to go
I think-
161.
I think you go 104.
All right, what did you say, Wes?
178.
What did you say, Toby?
It was in between.
62.
No!
162.
All right. In 2010, Edwin Jackson threw a no-hitter with 149 pitches,
There
which
we
is the most.
go. Thank
Dang.
you. The pansy way out wins again. 5-5, 3-2. Myself and Wes are tied.
All right. So last question. Whoever's the closest gets it. How many no-hitters have ever been thrown in the history of baseball?
Can we do perfect games instead?
Sure cannot. All right. It starts with Tobias.
Oh my gosh.
It's whoever gets closest, right?
Yes.
I have no
If
idea.
you get it
what
nailed
ballpark
on, you
it is.
automatically win.
105. No idea.
Wesley.
115.
Jacob.
I'm going to say 136.
Mac.
12.
143.
All right. So sorry, I got to recap. There's a lot of numbers here. Toby, what'd you say?
I think I said 102, something like that.
What did you say, Wes?
115.
What'd you say, Jake?
136.
And what'd you say, Mac?
143.
You all were not even in the same ballpark. The answer was 309.
Wow.
Wow. That's nuts.
Wow.
That is
All right,
crazy.
then.
All
30
right.
teams.
So now we have a three-way tie.
So it's not that impressive.
Or no, it's just
It's just Wes and Jake here.
just myself and Wes still. Wow, 300 and something?
Oh.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
All right. You might know the answer to this, but this is only between Wes and Jake. Let's see if Jake can finally get a win.
I need one big time.
All right. Here, let's make it to where you won't be able to get it right. The most no-hitters in a season ever are 8.
Oh.
What year did this happen?
Who goes first?
Who went first last time?
I honestly
Toby?
don't know.
Bet we message them.
How about we
you
just
go.
say it at the same time? Messaging it is not good for the show. Let's just say it at the same time.
Hold on, let me think.
What do y'all just need to man up and say a number?
I have a number. I'm ready to say it.
Just say
Okay.
it then.
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. 2001.
2009.
Whoa.
2009 for me, 2001 for Wes.
Wow. The correct answer is 1884.
What?
So the winner yet again is Wesley Wagner. And Jake is a loser yet again.
1881.
We were so close.
In 1990, 1991 and 2012, there were 7 thrown in those seasons.
2012 is the one I was thinking of.
Well, you were wrong.
I knew that around that time there was 7 or 8. So because that was the year that the White Sox had like 2.
Well, why didn't you say 2012 then?
I just couldn't remember which year it was. I knew it was in that time frame. All right, Wes, congratulations. Man, that was a long show today, fellas. My losing streak continues.
Yes,
So
it
that's
does.
fun. That's fun. Mac, how'd you enjoy the show?
I loved it.
It's good to have you on. It's awesome. We'll maybe have you on again someday. Better than Mitch, that's for dang tootin' sure. And his ideas. That he
Hey,
has to do
I
for
can do your
his wife
social
all the
media.
time. Well, I would love someone to do social media. Oh my gosh, dude. I
Do
get
it once
so,
and then stop doing it like Mitch.
so sick and tired of doing the social media. Like, honestly, if you want to do it, you can be on the show every week if you'll do the social media.
You can
All
host.
right. Yeah, you can host. You can have the show. We'll call it the Swinging Mac. All right. This has been the Swinging Bump Podcast. Thanks so much for listening, you guys. As always, make sure you tell your friends about us. It's the greatest way to grow the show. Been seeing a lot of uptick in our listenership lately. We really appreciate that. If you do listen, please go to Apple Podcasts. Give us a review. It helps out a lot there as well. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reviews, 5-star reviews really goes a long way. And just tell your friends, say, hey, I've heard the sports podcast. I really enjoy about an hour and a half long. It's good to listen throughout the week. You can pause it as you go. Just listen to different things here and there. Good, clean, family, fun. Goes a long way. We really appreciate it. Also, we are on YouTube now. I post every episode there, and I think that we've been getting a lot of views there lately, guys. I didn't know if you guys know that, but about 100 an episode, so that's been fun.
It's all me. No, I'm kidding.
Wes just watches it on loop. Wow. Let's see what I can do differently. Should I really be contouring my cheeks?
A new
All
mic.
Yeah. Hey, new mic to Wes. Everyone, give him a round of applause. It is awesome. I love it. I can hear you well.
I do have another mic coming in. So
Oh wow. Mike
Little
Emery?
too
number
well.
2 coming in
Oh,
soon.
gotcha. Sick. Well, I enjoy it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.